fraction of the thing. And I told you fraction is a part of the what? Of a whole. And I use an orange as example, right? Here you have an orange like this. That shows that this is a whole, which is 1. And this orange can be divided into 2. If this is the orange and you divide it into 2, you are going to have the half of it, which is half. And that is what we call a fraction. And this fraction contains 2 parts. The upper part, the what? Upper part. And this upper part is what we call numerator. Is what we call what? Numerator. And the lower part, this is the lower part, is what we call denominator. We call it what? Denominator. That's the lower part. And when we have half of it, we can also divide this into 4. And when you bring out one of the 4 out, we are going to have something like this. So this becomes one of the what? Of the 4. Are you there? And this is what we call 1/4. Are you there? 1/4. The same thing. We can try to bring out 3 of them, which is after we remove this, we will be left with this and this. So this is what we will be left with this up to this point here. We have that, and this is what we have as what? 3 of what? Of 4, which is 3/4. And this is what we call fraction. And I told you, fraction can be converted from one to another. As I said, I gave you almost 4 types of fraction. What are the 4 I gave you? I gave you 4 of them. I gave you the first one as what? When one at the top is bigger than the one down. What do you call it? When you have one at the top bigger than the one down, what do you call it? You call it what? You call it improper. Abi? That shows that the smaller one cannot carry the bigger one. It is not proper. So it is improper. It is what? Improper. So we call it improper fraction. And whenever the lower one is bigger than what? Than the upper one. So this is a what? A proper. It is a what? A proper. That shows that a big man can carry a small baby. Are you there? A big man can carry a small baby. That's proper. It is proper. So it is normal. So this is. And we also have mixed. We have a mixed fraction where you have a whole number and either of what? A proper, or you have that of improper. So these are what? Mixed fraction. And I told you that there is also a decimal fraction. There is what? A decimal. This is mixed fraction. And there is also what? A decimal fraction where you have 1.5. It is a what? A decimal fraction. If you have not watched that, you can watch it. So, and how can we convert from one to other? I told you to convert improper or proper or what? Mixed fraction. You can convert them to decimal fraction. And how can you do that? So let's take this and see how we convert it. So let's take this example. Convert 3 whole number 2/5 to decimal fraction. So let's convert 3 whole number 2/5 to decimal fraction. How can we convert this number to a decimal fraction? And this is what we are going to discuss. To do that, what do you need first? You need to change this fraction back to improper fraction, because no matter how you have a fixed fraction, whenever you convert them, they turn to improper, whereby the upper one will be bigger than the lower one. And how can you do that? These three you are seeing, you multiply by this 5. You get it? So you have 3 multiplied by 5 and add the 2 that is up there, and you divide it by this 5. These 3, the whole number, multiply by the base, the numerator, and add the 1 at the top, which is the numerator to it. You have 3 times 5 is 15. Then add 2 to it and divide it by 5. If you add 15 and 2 together, you get what? 17 divide 5. So our aim now is to convert this 17 over 5 to a what? A decimal fraction. And to do that, I told you you use your long division. Whereby, remember you have here 17. You write this and you divide by 5. If you have watched to this part, I believe you are enjoying it. You can click on the like button. Follow. So let's continue. We need to divide 5 by 17. How can we do that? 5 can divide 17. We are going to count 17 and divide it by 5. That shows that we need a multiplication table 5. 5 times 1 is what? 5. 5 times 3 is what? 10. 5 times 3 is 15. That shows that 5 times 4 is 20, which is more than 17. So 5 divided by 17 is 3, because the 4 will give us 20. So we are going to put 3 there. Then multiply. 5 times 3 is what? 15. Then minus it. Subtract it. Are you there? So 17 minus 15, you have what? 2. Are you there? 7 minus 5 is 2. 0 minus 0. 1 minus 1 is what? 0. So we have 0 and 2. 0 and 2 is still 2. Are you there? 5 cannot divide 2. Once you cannot divide it, you put a decimal point and you put 0 at the back of this. So this becomes 20. 5 can divide 20. So let's continue. 5 times 1 is what? 5. 5 times 2 is what? 10. 5 times 3, 15. 5 times 4, 20. That shows that 5 can divide 20 4 times. And we can now multiply 5 by 4. So 5 times 4 is 20. And subtract it. 0 minus 0 is 0. 2 minus 2 is 0. So once you get 0, that shows that 3 whole number 2 over 5 is the same thing as they ask you to convert this to improper fraction. The result we have here is already what? Improper fraction, which is 17 over 5. That's the improper fraction. But here we have to convert to decimal fraction. And we've done that. It is this 3.4. The number at the top is our result. 3. And that's the solution to this. I believe you understand that. You can follow for more. If you have any question on this fraction, you can drop it on the comment section and we are going to solve it for you. Thanks for watching.